when Sarah looked at me from across the living room and murmured, "Maybe we should break up." Something inside me shifted. For months I had felt the distance widening between us, her words growing colder, her presence beside me diminishing little by little. The end had been creeping in like a shadow I couldn't quite shake. Yet, when she finally voiced it aloud, I didn't feel the heartbreak I expected. Instead, a strange sense of relief washed over me. I didn't cry, I didn't beg, I just held her gaze and said calmly, "Then start packing your things." The expression on her face is something I'll never forget. Her eyes went wide, blinking as if she couldn't process what I'd just said. "Wait, what? You're not even going to argue?" she asked, her voice trembling with disbelief and fear. "But I've already made my choice," I told her. If her heart had decided to leave, I wasn't about to chain her to me. My pride, my dignity, they mattered more than clinging to someone who no longer valued me. For the first time in months, a quiet strength stirred within me. I straightened, standing taller, firmer, more certain. Without another word, I went to the closet, pulled out her suitcase, and set it on the bed. Her lips parted as if to argue, but no sound came. She froze, suspended between shock and anger. This wasn't what she expected. Perhaps she thought I'd crumble, beg, plead for one more chance. But I remained composed. "You've made your choice, Sarah," I said softly. "I won't waste either of our time pretending otherwise." She didn't reply, but her silence spoke volumes. I began folding her clothes carefully, the way she liked, placing each item into the suitcase. Each fold felt like a step toward closure. Minutes stretched on, thick with unspoken words, until she finally whispered, "I thought you cared." I stopped and looked at her directly. "I care more than you'll ever understand," I said. "But if that's not enough for you, I won't keep trying to prove it." Her eyes shimmered, guilt, sorrow, anger, maybe all three. When the suitcase was packed, I carried it to the door. Sarah followed slowly, each step seeming heavier than the last. She paused, glancing back at the apartment where we'd shared laughter, late-night talks, quiet comforts. Now it was silent. "I didn't think you'd let me go so easily," she murmured to herself. I met her gaze one last time. "Sometimes strength isn't in holding on," I said. "It's in letting go." She didn't reply. She just stepped outside, suitcase in hand, and the door clicked shut behind her. For a long moment, I stood in the quiet. The apartment felt emptier, larger, yet strangely peaceful. I wasn't broken. I wasn't shattered. I felt freer than I had in months. The constant tug of war, the heavy doubts, they were gone. She'd been halfway out the door long before she spoke the words. I simply let her finish what she had already begun. The days afterward were calm. Friends reached out, some shocked, some unsurprised. Many expected me to be devastated, but I wasn't. I threw myself into work, my health and old hobbies I'd neglected. Sleep returned. The endless questions disappeared. No more wondering why she didn't answer. No more excuses for late nights or distance. The truth had been spoken, and I faced it head-on. Weeks later, a message from Sarah appeared. "I didn't expect you to be so strong. I thought you'd fight for me." I stared at it. What she wanted wasn't love, it was control. My silence became my answer. I didn't reply. Time moved on, and with it came healing. I realized that love isn't clinging to someone who refuses to see your worth. It's valuing yourself enough to walk away when the other person has already left. Looking back, I have no regrets about that day. She had expected tears, drama, desperate pleading. Instead, she found calm and resolve. She underestimated me, and in that moment, I understood clearly. When Sarah suggested breaking up, she was already gone. All I did was open the door. When it closed behind her, another door opened for me, the door to peace, self-respect, and a future unbound by someone who never truly wanted to stay.